What's up, everybody? So, hubs and box and stuff and things. Told you, it's my favorite part of doing any of the reviews or any of videos. This is my review of the Hubsan H107P, the Hubsan X4 Plus. And man, have I been waiting for this one. And I've been waiting for all the new Hubsans. I'm a huge Hubsan fan. If you haven't noticed, thanks for pointing that out, Stuart. Anyway, I'm a huge Hubsan fan. I love the original X4. It was one of my first quads, and maybe it was one of your guys' first quads too, because they kind of started this micro thing. And the original Hubsans are fast and crazy and fun and kind of stressful sometimes because they're so quick and turning and everything. But absolutely awesome when you had a great run with them. So when all the new Hubsans were announced, me and a lot of us were all super excited about it, and now they're here. And the first two I had, the C Plus and the D Plus, the camera version and the FPV, and they were both changed drastically. But I wasn't hating on those. I like them because they changed them to be camera quads specifically, and they did a really good job implementing that into it as far as steady filming. And I really like the FPV one because I can use my goggles with it and I fly it all over the house. So wasn't mad at them for changing those. This one is supposed to be the successor to the H107L, which is the fast little non-camera one that was insane. And, so I was really holding out hope that this was going to be another crazy sport flyer. Yeah. Unfortunately, at least in my opinion, they put the same protocol as the other two on this. This is the same protocol as the C Plus and the D Plus. It flies the same. It has altitude hold. It doesn't have a fast yaw at all. It's out of the three that are out, the toy grade ones, these with brushed motors and stuff. This one is the most disappointing to me. I wanted this to be the sport flyer that I love, and it's just the camera quad with no camera. So it doesn't have the anti-vibration things in the motors. I don't think. I haven't opened this up yet, but I'm assuming that this thing is very, very light. So unlike the camera versions, this thing is very, very light. So it is more powerful. It has the same motors and everything, 8mm, I believe, and it's very quick. It's just limited with that throttle. The altitude hold especially limits this. It's not so much the pitch and the yaw. I could actually live with that. But that altitude hold really, really limits this as what it should be, a sport flyer. So that's the bad. And, that's a pretty big piece of the bad, right? I mean, that was pretty bad. So not what I, like I said, the other two X4s I really enjoy because they're camera quads, and the flight characteristics that they have make them great camera quads. This one, not so much. So so now let's talk about the good. Oh, pick it back up even though I just set it down. So the good actually is the main thing that I like is the design of this. Hubsan, you know, I have to always give them props. Their designs are, you know, usually what set the style for all the copycats out there. They did it with the original X4. I mean, how copied was that design? I mean, it was everywhere, right? I mean, even big companies like Cyma copied it. So um, they went out and they designed all the X4s have this like unique new, kind of similar. This one's much more different than the C plus and the D plus. I like this design above and beyond the others. I love the black. I love the racing graphic, sinister look. It has this DM007 type headlamp that sticks up and out. It's pretty cool. And it lights up, actually flashes. It has two LEDs in there. Looks very Cylon-like. It's very sleek. This is very similar plastic, if not the same, with a coating on it as the C plus and the D plus, which I am a fan of. I love the old style breakaway legs because they saved. I mean, they saved. I have four X4s, the original ones, and it saves them from crashes, man. Those breakaway, but this plastic is really good. The other two. The plastic seems a little softer. This is a little bit more rigid, a little stiffer, and it has a different coating that makes it not feel so soft. But it's pretty similar. So I have crashed this a few times because that altitude hold, you got to get used to it. It's a different style of flying. You know, you're doing opposite of what you normally do, especially a sport flyer. So the design is awesome. It does not have the proprietary battery that the other two have. So this comes with a 520 milliamp hour battery, and which is totally cool and awesome to me because the other two have that proprietary battery that just is, it's pretty awful. It pops out a lot, and if you're filming, you're gonna lose all your footage. They put the, you know, battery styles with plugs that we have a whole bunch of, and the battery bay on this is very big and spacious. You can have no problem fitting any of the other batteries you used with the prior Hubsan model. Will fit in there, the blue 500s and the 380s, and you know, just about any of the other batteries. I mean, not the bigger, wider 500s, but you know, the thinner ones, a little bit wider than this. This is kind of a unique size battery here, but it'll fit anything, so it's pretty awesome. And then flight times with the stock battery, 10 minutes, no problem. 10-minute flights, no problem consistently with that battery. With the 380s, you still get about 7, so that's pretty good. These take about 45 minutes to charge. It does come with a USB charging cable and a set of spare props. Proper move. Oh no, this is, I grabbed the wrong one, I think. This is from the other X4. Sorry. You do get a set of spare props and a screwdriver in this one. They don't give you the prop removal tool. Pretend like you didn't see that. So let's start over. So you get a set of spare props and a screwdriver, which I think I have somewhere. And you do, in fact, get a prop guard flight characteristic messer upper thing for this new one, and I'm not sure if this will fit. This might actually fit on the other ones too because they're pretty similar. I don't know. I don't like these, but if you're a beginner and you want to save your, you know, beautifully designed new Hubsan a little bit of stress, then go ahead and use this for sure. But they, like always, they affect the flight characteristics. It doesn't really matter how light they are or what, it's gonna affect it. So be aware of that. And then from Little One's Choice, you get a few sets of extra props. They're bagged up from Helix. If you order from the link in the description from where I got this, you'll get even more props. And if you're a Hubsan fan or you've flown Hubsans, you know you're going to need a lot of props because you crash and they just a little bit bent or out of shape, and it really messes up the flights. So here's the transmitter, and it's the old style transmitter. I was so happy to see it until I saw that. That's your altitude hold, throttle, always on. So this is exactly like the other two. Everything's the same. Long press for flips, quick press for headless, expert and normal mode over here. You know, you got your trim buttons. The throttle trim does not work. Actually, I haven't even tried it on this one. Hold on a sec. Okay, very interesting. So I just checked this, and in the other versions, adjusting the throttle trim and trying to tone it down, that altitude hold, you weren't able to do it on the new transmitters. There's actually no throttle trim on them. This has it, and I just turned it all the way down in high, and it seemed a little better. I was just here in the kitchen, so that's kind of a big revelation and something that I'm glad I caught here. So during the flight demo, I'm going to turn that sucker down, and we're going to see if that helps with the throttle hold, the altitude hold problem that I've been having. So we'll get to that here in a second. I'll just continue to go through this as quickly as possible. Here's the new manual. Hubsan's manuals are usually pretty good. I kind of criticized the last ones because I felt that there was some stuff lacking in them, and this one actually is better. So hey, thanks for listening, Hubsan. I know you're subscribers. Okay, so one other good thing about this, I'll just point out, is that it's an amazingly good night flyer. The lights, the Hubsans always have very bright LEDs, even if they're not positioned exactly how I would like them. You know, internally, they put them on the outside so they fully shine through, and on this black body, that's really good because I love flying at night, and the black-bodied ones, you know, if they don't have really good LEDs, you can't really fly them at night. This, you can fly at night, and Hubsan people, if you're gonna, seriously, all you companies out there that copycat Hubsan, if you're gonna copy them, copy the light configuration. Like, do you see how they have it right in all their quads? Red is in the back, blue is in the front. Red is in the back, blue is in the front. They never fail with that. You guys are copying their design. Copy everything. Please. Yeah, give us the right configuration, guys, if you're going to be copycats, right? Now get a hallelujah. All right, whatever. Let's go fly this thing now. We'll check out, like I said, we'll check out pulling that throttle trim all the way down, and we'll just do some normal flying, and we'll do, you know, everything in it besides probably headless mode, because I just despise headless mode. But if I'm feeling good, I'll click it on and we'll see how it works. So let's go give it a fly, and we'll call this a review. Alright everyone, this is going to be the couch demo, flight demo of the Hubsan H107P. I'm going to do it on the couch because I want to do it indoors, and mainly because this is much better as an indoor flyer. It's so light. Any kind of breeze out there with altitude hold is going to push it up. So I'm just going to show you the flight characteristics here sitting on the couch. So you can recalibrate it by holding the left stick down into the right and then moving the right stick back and forth, and the quad will have a blinking, and then you're recalibrated and ready to go. You hold both sticks down and out to arm it, and then you can start flying. So this is in normal mode here, and here's the yaw and normal. Go back over here. There's the yaw. Alright, that's normal yaw, so here's the pitch. Pitch and roll, actually. There's the pitch. So, you don't get a lot of difference in the two. Alright, so here's expert mode, and here's the yaw in expert. You can see how just crazy and steady this quad is. So sacrifices certain things for other certain things, I guess. Okay, so there's the yaw. Okay, so here's the pitch in expert mode. Pitch and roll. There's the pitch. You can see it's not... Whoa! It's not all that much different. A little bit quicker, a little bit deep. Whoa, come on down. That was that altitude hold thing, pulling it up when you give it a little bit of throttle. Alrighty, so let's land it here. Whoa. Oh, very good landing. Alright. So one thing in the tabletop, I discovered that there's actually, let's shine the light on it here. It's actually a throttle trim here, and I was thinking maybe it would help with the altitude hold. It does not. It doesn't. It has no effect on it whatsoever. And if you go into the settings to change rates and stuff, it's blanked out. You can't move it. So obviously, it doesn't do anything as far as I could tell. So definitely does not help, which I was hoping it did, but it doesn't. So, all right. So let's try headless mode, I guess. So now we're in headless here. So holding it pretty good. Forward, so a little bit of a drift there in the back. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Yeah. Yeah, headless mode. Always crash. Just don't like it. Alright, yeah, that's why I don't use headless mode. It's not really fun for me, and I just don't like it. Oh yeah, let's try a flip here. Oh, oops. Put it back in headless mode. Yeah. Oh, had a little flip accident there. Oh, battery door. No, that's one thing I forgot to mention in the tabletop. The battery bay door pops out a lot, like a lot. Alright, alright, so I think we did everything now. Good, so now I'll just fly it around. That's one thing I've noticed, and I didn't say it on the tabletop. The battery bay door pops open a lot and crashes. So. All right, so now we've done everything. So now I'll just do some flying here. Indoors, altitude will hold every once in a while like that. Makes you cringe a little bit trying to get it down from the ceiling. But indoors, it's a little better, for sure. Outdoors, I think the cold probably doesn't help how cold it's been. And I also think that any kind of wind, this thing is just not good in. This one's a lot lighter than the camera version, so it just wants to go up when the wind blows it. Altitude hold, just you give it a little bit of throttle, it just wants to leap up. Super great flight times with this though, I'll tell you that much. That's why I wanted to do it on the couch, to get a little bit more room to funnel across the whole living room here. It's holding it pretty good. It's not really moving anywhere down to the other side. Whoa, getting close to the wall. See, doing stuff like this makes this quad really fun. Indoors and, flying around like this. It's, very, very fun. Outside it gets a little freaky with that altitude hold. So, alright. I think that's probably plenty long enough review and flight demo of the Hubsan H107P. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.